Oh, you're trash. Learn to draw anime or just stop. Your speed paint was disgusting and the ugliest thing I have ever seen in my entire life.
Well, I guess the time has come to appease you, Serene Beck. Hey guys, Luna here, and welcome to this new thing I'm trying where I redraw old photos. This brought to you by this comment on this video by me. If you couldn't already tell, I'm redrawing Melissa's death scene from Season 6, Episode 4 of My Street. Well, technically it's not her death scene because she didn't die, which I predicted and I'm very proud. A little constructive criticism, APHMAU's gotten very, very predictable when it comes to writing death scenes for characters, or at least main characters, because they always come back. Exhibit A, Aaron's death scene. Well, you know, his first one. And don't even get me started on APHMAU's quote-unquote death scene. I swear to God, if they don't bring back Blaze, I will go crazy because they've already brought back Aaron and APHMAU, and now apparently Melissa. So we've got that little thing going for us. Besides Jess's fatal flaw of bringing characters back from seemingly the dead, I'm actually really excited for Season 7 if there is going to be one. Mostly because I'd love to see the relationship development between APHMAU and Travis, because they just have such a cute little friendship and I need to see more. Also, I want to know how Aaron's going to deal with being blind. Personal opinion, after everything that's happened in Season 6, I don't want APHMAU to be a thing anymore, because I'm just sick of it. It seems so forced at this point in the series that it's just become unenjoyable. That being said, I don't hate Aaron as a character. Actually, the first time he died in Emerald Secret, I genuinely cried and mourned for him, which made me feel stupid after the fact that we discover he's still alive, which is why you can probably sympathize with why I'm so upset about all these characters dying and coming back. One ship I've been really pushing towards in My Street since Season 3 is APHMAU, because he was there for her when Aaron and APHMAU quote-unquote took a break, and it seems more natural and not as forced and desperate as APHMAU. Also, Jean makes puns. I mean, come on, could it be any more perfect and adorable? And I love the bully to boyfriend quote-unquote cliche, because it's so fun to see character development and growth in such a way, and it makes it more intriguing than APHMAU, which is soulmates since the beginning, which I do enjoy a good happy ending, but at this point in the series I think it's a little too late for that. I like the idea of it turning more into a tragedy and a build-up of the characters going their separate ways, because at this point it seems like they need to go their separate ways. It's just become such a toxic relationship for both of them. Aaron actually went blind and he actually doesn't remember. Well, he does remember APHMAU, but as Shu, which I guess Jess is trying to still keep APHMAU alive, but I just hope they end up splitting. It's kind of sad when you think about it, but in the end, it would probably be best for both characters to develop better and more naturally. Now let's get to my main point, which I mentioned a little earlier on. Either Aaron or APHMAU needs to die. And at this point, it's Aaron that needs to die, since APHMAU was the main character of the series. But if APHMAU died, that would be more interesting to see this all from Aaron's perspective for the rest of the series. But again, I don't see that happening, since APHMAU is the main character. Also, in Season 7, I'd want to see the comeback of Lawrence. Why? Because I miss him. I love Sebastian's voice acting, and it's just a shame we don't see it. That's probably also why I'm so biased towards Jean, because I love Alejandro Saab's voice. It's a very calming, natural, it's a nice voice. which, when it comes to characters, I develop my judgment based on their voice. I don't care if they have the best personality anyone could have. If I don't like their voice, I don't like the character. It's just me. But everybody has their different respected opinions, and I do respect that. Moving on from the more criticizing, what is your guys' favorite season of Maestri and why? Personally, I adore Emerald Secret, and that's because of all the high intensity emotions, and the character development is amazing. We finally see Gareth and Zane like brotherly bonding. We see Gareth and Aaron bonding too. It was such a good season for the characters to connect to each other and for us to connect to them. I personally enjoy really high emotion shows where you get invested in what the character's gonna do next, and it's all like death at every point, which was season 6, but by that point I was worn out. I also love what they did with bringing Ian back to become a villain, because I really liked the idea that the villains don't always come later in life. Sometimes they were there since the beginning. It's just such a strong message to send to your audience, which I really loved. And it was just so beautiful, everything about it, the music, the scenery, the point where APHMAU sings a song that's like, "Can you hear me?" So amazing. All in all, 9 out of 10 season. The only thing that refrains me from giving it a 10 out of 10, once again, Aaron didn't die. And like I said, I mourned Aaron's death, and it annoyed me so much that I mourned him and it wasn't final. It wasn't real. It's like it didn't happen. And that's not real life, and I kind of like, I know it's a fantasy, but I kind of like to see some real aspects, and people dying and staying dead, that's a real aspect of life, and I don't like how some writers just play around with the powers of life and death. I do think Blaze, though, is going to stay dead forever, mostly because he's not a main guy, not a main character. And that makes me sad, because the main guys, they're alive for plot relevance. They're alive to move along the narrative in like a predictable way. Which I get leaving fan favorites alive because they're fan favorites, but sometimes you just gotta kill them off. So yeah, guys, we're at the end of the speed paint. If you enjoyed this, please give it a thumbs up, and if you want to see me do more, just tell me. See you guys next time.
You can do what you want to with me, yeah, I won't mind. As long as you stay with me, I'm alright. I wanna hold ya.